everybody? Welcome back to RaBBois. I'm Tzvi, joined here with my amazing brother Yitz. And Yitz, they're eating the dogs and the cats.
Why is it always Ohio?
They're eating.
I don't know why. Wait, first of all, sorry, shameless plug. Follow my Twitter. Thank you.
Oh, nice. Yeah, follow his Twitter, guys. We haven't shoved it in the beginning of episode.
In the description.
Nice. Yeah, now everyone's gonna leave. But yeah, they're eating the dogs and the cats. That's pretty much all I got from last night's debate.
Classic Ohio move. I don't necessarily think it's true, but I watched Tyler Oliveira's video on it.
I just watched that.
And all those Ohioans are convinced it's happening. So, but truthfully, like, I don't trust Ohio people. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like they would just say it to say it because someone's asking them. You know?
I saw them. They put their cats and they were eating them. Yeah, they're very hillbilly.
I've never been to Springfield, but I've been to like some of the similar counties. I met those people. They'll just like make up stuff. You know, no offense to them, like, but they'll just make stuff up.
Yeah.
They're like, isn't that happening? But yeah, like, and I saw an alien yesterday. Like, I swear, I saw an alien. Like,
they were all on drugs.
I'm not even saying that they're dumb. Like, I'm not saying like that. I'm saying that like they see things. They'll see something happening and they'll just make it out to be something crazy. I interact with these people a lot, and they'll just make it up because they saw something. They saw somebody driving with their cats down the street. Like, they're eating them. It's like,
listen, it was a good YouTube video, and it low-key got me thinking a little bit. But you know, I don't care too much about it, if I'm being perfectly honest.
I don't care. It sounded hilarious.
Yeah. Very hilarious. Overall, the debate was just funny. I sat down and watched it with my friends, and we enjoyed watching just a very interesting brawl. We shouldn't be watching it like an entertainment, but you know that's what we're doing. And
it's been entertainment since like 2016.
I low-key I missed.
It's just been entertainment. That's all it is.
I missed Joe Biden being up there with him. Like they had they almost had a cute bond, you know, with the, you know, like the faces.
Because they debated so much because they ran twice against each other.
Yeah.
It's
a chemistry.
No, it's kind of like those part 1, 2, and 3 fight series. Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, round 1, okay, one lost. Now we got to do round 2. And every fight, it just gets more hype and more hype. Because you know what's happening. You know what their skills are. You know who's going to throw the first punch. Yeah. So it's literally like fight night.
But I've been, I was just curious to see, on Twitter, it's curious to see who thinks who won. And I'm not even going to get into it too much myself. But both sides said that both sides won and that the other side was wrong. So, you know, that pretty much sums everything up. What?
And nobody has paid us yet to endorse them.
Not yet.
So
we're waiting for our money, and then we'll let you guys know who we're voting for.
How much do you uphold your how much QB bought you straight up say you could be bought and sold you know, is there a number where you're just shamelessly plugging whoever pays you? It
depends how much I'm shamelessly plugging, right? You know Harry Sisson, you know who that dude is on TikTok, right? Yeah. So for those that don't know, he's a TikToker, and I mean I'm pretty sure he is paid. It's proof to support the Democratic Party, and he really glazes full on. He'll blatantly just yap and lie just because he's getting paid 6 figures to do it. So. To that extent, I wouldn't, because I can't be lying all the time and whatever. But if it was just hey, you know, say that you'll vote for this dude and we'll give you hundreds of thousands of dollars, then yeah, I'm taking that 100%. But as long as I don't have to make a massive fool of myself.
Your soul is pretty cheap.
Yeah, no. But at the end of the day, how much of an effect is all? You just take them. You know what I'm saying?
The only debate that really pissed me off in the last 2 weeks, which I only want to speak about for a minute, it was between Candice Owens and Shmuley, which already died down, but we haven't gotten anything out yet.
No, not Shmuley, Rabbi Shmuley.
Oh, sorry.
He's the only rabbi in America known by his first name and not his last name.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't want to. The whole thing is ridiculous, and honestly, whatever. I did not like any of it, but I will say just about Candice Owens. The one thing I will say is the only thing that really bothered me, I think about a lot of people in our circles, was the comment about the RaBBois Rebbe, who we learned his teachings. And also, And it's just like if you're going to say bad things about a really holy and spiritual person, like it just says a lot about you.
She said that the Rebbe preached Jewish supremacy, which is the furthest thing from the truth.
If you read anything about the Lubavitch Rebbe, he was there for everyone. He literally gave blessings to Jews, non-Jews, to have kids and everything. And there's bona fide, proven miracle stories to Jews and non-Jews alike. Like, it's ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous, and it was so upsetting to hear.
It was the one time, just to put in real quick, like it was the one time that I actually like said anything slightly political on my story on Instagram.
Oh,
where it was like
the Rebbe.
Huh? Yeah, man, because it's like, don't talk about my rabbi, man. You know, like say whatever you want about whatever, but when you talk about our rabbi, that's when the smoke comes. Oh yeah.
And I just don't like the whole the only thing I didn't like. You know, there's a lot of clips and clips and clips, and I'm not gonna get into it or take it out of context. The one thing I did not like, this the only political thing I'll say. The one thing I did not like, or the only thing I'll say on the topic about her specifically, is her interview with Kanye. The only thing I'm not gonna say the only thing, but what really bothered me was when they talked about the producers in the music industry, and they kept saying well, the Jewish producers or the Jewish people in the. Why do you have to say Jewish producers? You could just say the producers.
Because they are.
No, but that's my point. The point is who cares that they're Jewish? The fact that you're saying they're Jewish, it tells you everything you need to know. Your lawyers wrote a bad deal for you.
Listen, it happens to be that we set ourselves up in successful situations, which you can have a whole discussion about and whatever.
The fact that you're pointing out Kanye's whole thing is the Jewish people in the music industry. I don't there's some conspiracy between the Jews to control everything in the music. How about maybe there's a conspiracy between the people who run the music industry, Jews and non-Jews, to control the music industry? I don't get why you have to.
It's all yap. They're looking for a scapegoat like they always do. And listen, Kanye.
Well, that's my point.
He's not even is he even normal right now? I heard that he got permanent implants in his mouth. Do you know what I'm talking about? He got permanent implants.
Maybe.
I believe it was, I forgot which metal it's made out of. It's just one big metal teeth denture. One big massive thing. There aren't separate slits for the teeth. It's just one big chomper that he implanted in his mouth. And apparently a dentist that's doing it is putting chemicals in it, which is making Kanye go loopy. I'm not making this up. You could Google this is another conspiracy slight thing. Although it might be true. I don't know for sure. I didn't do too much research.
I guess my point is
#SaveKanye was trending on Twitter because the dentist, probably a Jewish dentist, is putting the chemicals in his grills to make him go loopy, and that's why you haven't seen Kanye recently.
That's crazy. I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
My point is that if you start calling people by their race and specifically say, I was talking about the Jewish people who bothered me or the Jewish people who are my bosses. Well, I just don't get the point of it and calling them out and saying that they're Jewish unless you're trying to push a certain point. Yeah. And then you're saying, no, I wasn't saying anything bad. I want to let you know that they're all Jewish. Bro,
when you speak in groups, it breeds hate. And
yeah, I just didn't I don't get it. I don't get the point unless you're trying to make a point.
I think he's legitimately mad at Jews. That's what it is. I mean, that's overall what Twitter's doing. But just what?
No, okay, you can continue. I want to get to Shmuley B'Teach.
That's where I was about to go to. So you can start there. Yeah.
I got very upset because Candice did a whole monologue, bashing the Lubavitch Rebbe, and the first thing he says is, "Why are you attacking me?" Basically, he just starts complaining about himself for 10 minutes after she bashed his mentor, the person we look up to, who, if you do that to any person in the Lubavitch community, they go nuts. And the first thing they say, how can you say that about the Rebbe? How can you say that? And that'd be the immediate reaction of every single person I know. But when it came to Shmuley B'Teach, the first thing he said was, you heard all the names she called me? You heard all the mean things she called me? Bro, it's not about you. He never defended the Rebbe immediately and at all for the rest of the podcast. It really pissed me off. Don't call yourself, you're obviously Lubavitch, but don't pretend you represent us and don't pretend you're representing the Jews when all you're worried about is mean things she said about you. and you can't even defend the Rebbe, who's literally the holiest person we look up to, and we follow his teachings on a day-to-day basis. It's like the core of who we are as Lubavitcher followers, and you didn't defend him.
Who put him in that situation? It was interesting because I did a whole thing on this on my second channel talking about this whole debate and whatever. And what I realized is, like, no one put him there to, like, debate her. This is all, like, solely him. Like, he was savvy enough to just get himself in that situation. There's no committee that's like, okay, Rabbi Shmuley is the Chabad representative, and he's gonna make us look good. That's not at all what happened. This is just some dude. He got a little bit of clout, called himself America's Rabbi. Who's calling him America's Rabbi yet? No one.
I don't even know.
I'm saying he got some clout, did some debates. Literally, I would do better in that freaking whatever the hell that was. He was arguing with emotion. He didn't even have any actual arguments. He was just whining the whole time. And it's an upsetting thing to say about our fellow brother in Chabad. But, he's not good at this. He's good at getting attention, and he's good at clickbait, which is why they have him on.
I just got very upset. Specifically, he lost all favor of my eyes when he did not defend the Rebbe at all. Truthfully, at all. I thought he could sure get to it, because when I heard, I'm like, okay, so he'll defend the Rebbe, obviously, because this is important to your the way you live and the way we are. You're gonna defend it. You're gonna defend the Rebbe, obviously. But you didn't. You just spent the whole time complaining about yourself.
I found it really weird how he didn't instantly the average Chabad person would have instantly, the second you say anything about him.
If someone punches you and you immediately get up, it's like the same idea. It's like, what'd you say? If you go to Crown Heights and say what you said about the Rebbe, it would be like, what did you say? It wouldn't even be like, if she could call you every name in the book. If someone goes to Crown Heights and calls you every bad name in the book, and then they insult the Lubavitcher Rebbe, the first thing they would say, they'd be like, what'd you say about the Rebbe? They wouldn't even care about anything you said about them, because that's how we view the Lubavitcher Rebbe. He's a very holy man. We follow his teachings.
Not a cult. We just really like the Rabbi. He's pretty epic.
But we would defend him first, because you're defending what you believe in. And then you can say, and also that was disrespectful, everything else, whatever.
But also him not saying anything just made it look like what she was saying was true. There wasn't even a defense of anything.
I didn't go on his Twitter recently. I was curious, maybe he'll repost. I don't think, at least when I looked at it right afterwards, I don't think he posted anything. Other people were posting
Robert F. Kennedy defended the Rebbe before freaking America's Rabbi did.
I know. RFK puts a beautiful statement. He puts a picture of his uncle, and he's like, and he was up till 2 a.m. It was such a classic, such a classic post, because
he's a chassid.
Nice, but you can never win the anti-Semites, because they're or the Jew haters, because they're going to be
nice.
See, the Lubavitcher Rebbe spoke to all the presidents, and it's
I found a video on YouTube that has 1 million views. In the past 6 months, that was bashing the Rebbe and just making him appear satanic. It was very upsetting. And
it's amazing they find literally one or two sichas, which is talks of the Rebbe, which we're talking about Kabbalistic things, and there's explanations for all of it. And one clip, good luck trying to explain it in one clip, which obviously was completely taken out of context. It's
it was also funny how.
But wait, I finished my point. One is, the Lubavitcher Rebbe literally wrote hundreds and hundreds of books.
Yes.
And they literally they only find one line that they don't like so much. Please read everything else. Please. Seriously. That's the best you can do. The whole thing is ridiculous.
Ridiculous. But overall, in general, the hatred. Okay, welcome to Jews talk about being a victim again.
Jews defending themselves again.
Defending themselves again. Yeah, there has been a rise more recently, I've noticed, on the internet, which is crazy because it's already, I've only noticed more because, I have my second channel where I just sort of do this. It's just my 5-minute podcast where I answer people's questions. And I've been doing a bunch of talks recently just about addressing full on the Jew hating questions, why we got kicked out of all the why did Jews get kicked out of so many countries, and this all the things that people that don't like Jews will ask. And these videos, they've been getting some traction. They've been getting a few thousand views on my second channel, which is pretty good for that channel.
I haven't seen them.
Yeah. I had a feeling. And they've been getting a few thousand views, and Dude, the comments in there are probably the most like disgusting comments that you will ever see. Like, it's really,
I don't want to read them.
It's really bad. The dislike ratio is always crazy, but for some reason, like I've been feeling the need to do it, even though I know that I'd get those comments, because I feel like I could make an impact in some weird way on those guys. Try to speak some sense into them. Like, one of the things I was talking about in the most recent one was, right, there's this whole trope that we were kicked out of 109 countries and yada yada. So I was debunking the whole thing, and like I was hoping that I knew it was going to get recommended to people that don't like Jews, because it just always happens, because those are the people that are searching that stuff on YouTube. No one else really cares much about that. And like I'm hoping that like they could watch the video and see like, hey, you know, that's like not true. That's just like a number, and if it was true, like name all the countries, name all of the reasons, and then they'll send you like a list of like. I saw one of them sent me a list, and it had the same country in there 8 different times. And the list only had like 50 countries, and 8 of them were the same. And actually, that recent video where I talked about getting kicked out of countries, I was scrolling on TikTok, and I saw, this is the craziest thing ever. I was scrolling on TikTok, and I saw myself on the For You page on someone else's account.
Nice.
And some crazy, how do I term this? I'm just going to call him a neo-Nazi. They made an edit of me saying name all the countries, and then like it just showed all the countries or whatever, which I looked at for a second. It just was not remotely true. It's really weird seeing like a propaganda edit of me.
Nice, you made it. You made it to the propaganda.
On my TikTok, it had like 5,000 likes, and you ever like go on Twitter and you click the replies of these, you know, very conspiracy things, and it's just a bunch of Jew and Nick Fuentes edits. So like it looked like it would fit there perfectly. Like I feel like if I keep doing this, I'm gonna get discovered by that side of Twitter. And
is it good or bad?
I don't know. I feel like it's good. I feel like I need to do it, and it's good because a lot of these guys just aren't educated. Half of them are blinded by hate, though. At the other side, though, is like, yeah, you don't want to put yourself at risk, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm doing the right thing. I'm not being stupid, you know? I mean...
No, you're allowed to speak your mind, and if people don't like it, that's their problem.
Exactly. And like, I don't argue with these guys either. Like, I stopped arguing with neo-Nazis because guess what? They're neo-Nazis, and they don't want to like you. Like, they don't want to be convinced that they're in there or whatever. So... what the point of those videos is to just voice out the other side, because no one's doing that. No one's answering the Jew conspiracy questions online. They just call you an anti-Semite, right? So it's mainly a place for me to just voice out the things, have it there, and then let the comments go crazy. Yeah.
There was one Twitter thread by a rabbi who posted for all the Talmudic lines. He debunked every single one. It was actually really, and I think it got 2 million views. There's
a Twitter thread?
Yeah. I thought I sent it to you.
Yeah, a recent one. So I did like something. I talked about the Talmud also.
Dan Bilzerian went on a podcast and talked.
Oh, so pretty recent.
Yeah. It was done really well. It got like 2 million views, and if not more, because Dan Bilzerian reposted it, I think, because he got mad at him for debunking it, and then he posted something else. Whatever the whole. And
the replies are probably filled with people ignoring it and like just not even.
What about this line? What about this made up line? It was done really well though.
Made up lines take out of context. Made up lines that are taken from a different context, but in a book that isn't a real book. So it's like it's very.
Really explain it all. One last thing about the debate, which I forgot, is in part of
eating the dogs.
No, not the.
Nah, yeah, I know.
I don't care about that. One thing that she part of her monologue trashing Chabad was, and they're extreme right wing cult who they dig tunnels, and like she mentioned that.
Yeah,
and,
shout out.
I was so upset that Rabbi Shmuley did not even. Okay, I can make an argument to say like I'm not even going to discuss it, but it's so easy to debunk it. And why do you even let her say it? Trash your section of Judaism when you can easily just go to her and be like,
you can easily go to the RaBBois podcast and watch the full episode. You know,
but also you can easily say like, like, do you hear what she's saying? She's saying that the tunnels is this whole conspiracy. The tunnels is literally a bunch of idiot boys who are trying to expand the shoal, and it got very dangerous, and they closed it up. The fact that she believes there's anything more shows you exactly what you need to know about her. But no, he didn't say anything. He just said, "Why are you making fun of me? She's being so mean. Look what all the names she called me." Like,
I'm
really,
I'm gonna go on Piers Morgan. Literally,
Yes.
be honest. Like, do you think that I could do better than Rabbi Shmuley on Piers Morgan?
Probably because you wouldn't fall trap to any personal insults. You are so like, you'd be like, "What do you say?"
I think I'd be pretty good, honestly. I've never publicly debated. I could see myself eventually.
It's not even about like knowing facts or anything.
Yeah, I wouldn't go with from a debating perspective. I would go for more of just a conversational, factual perspective, and not try to. Because here's the thing with Rabbi Shmuley, like, no one's gonna beat a debate with Candice Owens, especially like from the Jewish community, really, because she's been debating her whole entire life and knows how to do that stuff in public. But you got Rabbi Shmuley, like, it's just yeah.
Well, it's more like it's not even on these TV shows. It's not even about debating. It's just because you could say one thing and they could say the exact opposite and say, "You're a liar. Look at these facts." No, you're a liar because these facts are really these facts. You're never gonna win because everyone's just gonna say, "No, it's my perspective."
No, someone wins. Piers Morgan, he wins.
Yeah, exactly.
He's made so much money from all of this Jewish and Middle East and all of this. No, no one's thought to like point a finger real quick and be like, wait a minute. Right now, Israelis and Palestinians need to like turn away for a second, start pointing their fingers at Piers Morgan, who's just completely milked all of them for all of this cash. It's crazy.
Well, he's having people on and people want to watch it. So, if you're the platform, good for you.
Does he care? Does he really? Yeah, it's a stupid, dumb conversation. But
yeah,
he's making some money, so I guess he do care.
But that's my rant, and I hope to never see any of this garbage again.
I hope Rabbi Shmuley comes to his ways. I hope he stops dressing up as a demon and making himself look weird on Twitter, and to stop saying weird things, and to just stop being a clown. We need. Yes, I'll be the next Rabbi Shmuley. Not in that way.
Oh,
what?
You will be the internet rabbi.
I'll be the internet rabbi. What does that mean?
Like, it's not like America's rabbi. It'll be the internet's rabbi.
You have 50 rabbis trying to claim that spot right now.
No, but you just got to take it. You just got to take it. You just got to self-proclaim and switch your handle.
Oh, just full on ditch the Jew boy, just go full. The thing is, I'd keep the Jew boy and I'd still do the debate just to make it even funnier. Just be like, you got demolished by Jew boy in the debate. But
did you see Patrick Beverley? Do you know he plays in one of the Israel basketball leagues?
Yes, for those who don't know, Patrick Beverley was an NBA player who actually was always controversial and pissing people off. But now he's not as good, and he gets paid more to play in the Israeli basketball league. So what about him?
No, nothing. He did a podcast, and he was just talking about Shabbos. It's really funny to hear his perspective.
I saw the clip, yeah.
Yeah, he goes to people's houses for the meal, and he'll just turn on the TV sometimes because they can't. Depending on the house, they tell him to turn it off or not, which is funny. But he's describing how beautiful it was. They spend time with family and they eat, and he was, I guess, surprised, like, they really don't use any electronics. They don't go on their phone, no TV, no car. And it reminded me of, I forgot to mention it last time, when we were at our family vacation in Florida.
Vacation. Get together.
Party. One of the stresses was when Shabbos comes in and you're not used to a lot of the appliances have lights and they have sensors, and you have to turn them off. And when we went to an Airbnb, so like you have to figure it all out. You have to figure out which lights to turn off, which lights to turn on, and all. It's just a stupid thing, but you're not thinking about it until you're there. You're like, shoot, the fridge light turns on, and we can't open the fridge if the light turns on, which maybe we'll explain another time. But the light needs to be off the whole time, so you have to figure out a sensor. And these newer fridges, a lot of times you could take this. In the older fridges, there's a switch and you tape it. Then they got sophisticated and you have to put a magnet. So that's kind of the newer invention. So we had to do the fridge. We couldn't figure it out. So
no. You got to put some preface to this. Shabbos was in like 15 minutes, and we had to have this fridge off, or else we couldn't open the damn fridge. That's where all the food is that we just got. So yeah, we had to continue.
Out. So my father comes and about the magnets, we figure out where the sensor is, and then my father like ties this whole contraption and slams it on.
He takes a magnet tile that your kids were playing with, these little magnet toys. He wraps it up in. No, he doesn't use tape. He uses the sticky wrapper of like a water bottle.
Yeah, it was so random. He was like full on, and then he attached it, and then when you close it, it looked like it was off. But to spoil the moment, I opened it up very slowly, and I realized that actually when you shut it, it turns the light on because it would switch the magnet. So every time it would turn off when you opened it, it reversed it, and then when you close the fridge, it would turn the light on, which is the same issue because
basically it's sounding a little confusing, but basically what was going on was there's a magnet that makes the fridge turn on right when you open it. So we put the magnet on it so that the sensor was always covered so that it would never even turn on. But for some weird reason, the new technology of this fridge made it so that when we close the fridge with that magnet on it, it turns on when you close the door. It was really, really weird.
It just reversed the way it works.
And it turns off when you open it, which means it was essentially useless. Yitz, where the hell did your face go? Are you good?
Yeah, I don't know why I hit my table.
Okay. Yeah, so the fridge, we couldn't find a way to turn it off, and there's no on or off button. It was only magnets. So what happened?
So anyways, I realized that it still was an issue because we couldn't close the fridge now. So we were like, what the heck do we do? Maybe we just like have a kid opener or something, like whatever. We're just gonna have our
Patrick Beverley to do it.
Exactly. Like it's gonna be an issue. Like, what are you supposed to do though? And it's all our food. We're gonna be hungry. So then I'm like, I think since it's such a new fridge, a lot of these new fridges have Shabbos Mode settings where you hit certain buttons and it goes into Shabbos Mode. And we're trying to do it with the oven too. So we're trying to find the manual, and I was like, let me try. I'm like, let me see if I can find the settings because I couldn't even see it. It was so sophisticated. Then I realized that there's a little like settings icon. I touched it and it opened the display. And I'm like, let me just try these two buttons. And I hold it down. And Svi's right next to me. She's like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? I'm like, just wait. And then like, ding. And the whole fridge just turns off. And you're like,
no, but you have to understand, like, I knew that there was a concept of a Shabbos mode on an oven. I didn't know if they had it in the new fridges. So I'm just panicking. How the hell are we going to turn this fridge off? And I'm just looking, and I see Yitz is taking his fingers and he's like rubbing the fridge, and it just turns off. I'm like, what the hell did you just do? What'd you do, Magic Man? Like,
and I just looked at it. I was like, yeah, that's right.
It's like, there's no way. Good. And it was right before Shabbos too. It was literally like, now that was crazy. You had no manual. You guessed it. It was random.
It was 100% a guess, but it was a very educated guess because I'm smart. Smart guy.
Very smart. Very smart.
And the fridge I have in my house has the same setting, and it's basically you hit the minus button for like the temperature setting, plus you hit the temperature button. And if you hold it down for 5 seconds and it turns it on. I knew about the one in our house. So it was a different type of fridge.
Took an educated guess.
Probably the same idea because they probably make it similar. So I literally just went like, boom. I remember like holding it. And I'm like, please turn off. And you're like staring at me like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Because we're trying to figure this out. We're freaking out. And then it just like turns off. And then I turned the freezer off. And all was saved.
All was saved.
Again. And I figured out how to turn off the oven.
Yes, that was amazing. And we had a really nice Friday night meal. Completely unrelated. I don't know if you saw, I was scrolling like on Instagram, and did you hear the news with Shannon Sharpe?
Yeah. Oh, that's it. Okay. Bro, this is a family-friendly podcast.
No, just listen. Just listen, because I find it. I'm not gonna get too deep into what happened. I just want to get into his response. Right?
Oh, he responded?
Listen. So all the meme pages were talking about it. For those who don't know, Shannon Sharpe is a host of a sports show. He was also a Hall of Fame NFL player. And randomly today,
his live may or may not have been on during some personal intimate.
During his live stream might have actually turned on during some personal times, and you could hear certain sounds. And he posted on his story like a couple hours later unfortunately, my Instagram account was hacked, and it was da-da-da, and we're working on this, and we'll keep you guys updated. Now, when you listen, you could hear the stream, and everyone's like, we know damn well that no one hacked your damn. It sounded like him. Listen.
Was he saying it was hacked and it wasn't him, or it was hacked?
No, that they were playing a video or something, but it was clearly him, and it's
allegedly,
and all the NFL meme accounts have just been, because he's been denying it completely, but it's like so freaking obvious, and I can't wait for him to start his show in like the next few days, and I don't even know if he's gonna address it, but
that is a huge
yeah, there was that. Another thing which is very important, the Hawk Tua girl started a podcast.
I saw that.
Very important news.
Still going.
She's still going?
How I haven't been. I just saw that with Jake Paul, or who is it?
I don't freaking know. She's connected with Jake Paul. It's under his company. It's under his company or whatever. But and it's like, damn, their management is doing a really good job on that.
Okay, but you could push whoever you want if you have people willing to do it. But like, the question is, are people listening to her? Like, I have no idea. Like, I clicked on the podcast because I was curious. I was like, who's watching this?
And it's like a 50% dislike ratio, and all the comments are just like mocking it, like hey, turn on some of that Talk Tua podcast. I can't, like then you don't hear nobody saying that. It's
Is it getting views though? Like, I'm curious.
It got like 50,000, I think, better than us. Right. Guys, we need to make the RaBBois better than the Talk Tua podcast.
Oh, no, come on, man. Why do we don't do that. We don't go out, and we're not going to say anything. We're not going to do any of that.
We're not Hawk Tua-ing.
We're just going to be here sitting
and
talking
whining
about Jew stuff.
Yeah.
Okay? I hope that's good enough.
I hope it's good enough. Let's go through some of the Discord questions. For those that are new to this show, we answer your guys' question that you ask on my Discord. So join if you're new. Yitz isn't allowed to join because he's married, and I don't want him on my Discord. Let's see. Oh, by the way, today's 9/11. So, no, it's not funny.
See, the thing is, you grew up after 9/11, and you've only seen memes. See, I actually lived
Can we have a moment of silence to the lives that were tragically taken? All right. So this guy says, it's not okay. This guy says, is it kosher to eat certain types of pig? Like at all?
No.
No. Very easy question.
It literally says in the Bible, don't eat pig.
Don't eat the pig. Like, don't do that, How many times have you gone to Jerusalem so far? I haven't been yet.
Twice. Once when I was a baby, then once, which counts, still counts. Mm-hmm. I was like, I don't even know if I was 1 year old. And then I went a few years ago.
Uh-huh. This guy says, what are your thoughts on Paul Pierce, who's a former NBA player, saying Lamar Jackson won't be the face of the NFL because he plays in Baltimore?
I didn't hear that. But
I did not hear that.
He won't be the face of the NFL because Joe Burrow.
He's not going to be the face of the NFL because he can't freaking play in the playoffs. It's as simple as that.
And whenever there's a clutch moment, he likes to throw it to the stands.
Yeah, he loves doing that. Yeah, he should focus on having his receivers inbounds, Yep. What are your guys' thoughts on the Bengals losing?
I will tell you this. Doesn't faze me.
Does not faze me.
If the Bengals were winning every first and second game for the last 3 seasons and we lost, I'm concerned. But it's like, no, we like to lose the first game.
Yes, we love it.
It's part of the plan.
Especially to one of the worst teams in the league.
It always is like that because then everyone kind of like backs off. And then the last 10 games of the season, we go 10-0 every year. That's how it works.
Yes.
When Joe Burrow's playing.
Yes.
I'm not concerned. And he didn't play any of the preseason. And
he played one drive.
Jamar Chase and T. Higgins were not. Jamar Chase didn't practice at all. It's basically a preseason game.
Yep.
We're getting into rhythm. Okay, so they lost.
Our coaching sucks, though. I mean, it was the same crap as every year last week.
But they ran. They basically ran basic plays. They
do the same thing. They do run. Now it's third down. Let's throw it to the sideline.
Classic Bengals. And
Yeah,
Joe Mixon goes
predictable.
off on the Texans, which makes you think.
Okay, but if we're being honest, like he wouldn't be doing that on the Bengals right now. Because first off,
coaching. I'm saying coaching.
no, they gave him. I think they gave him the ball 30 times. We haven't done that since 2022 with Joe Mixon. And also, we don't know how to utilize it properly.
I like Zach Moss though. I like our running back.
He should be good.
He was a power horse, which Joe Mixon was never. I'm surprised. I'm actually shocked Joe Mixon's doing really well. I'm glad he's doing well. But
He'll do good.
But the Bengals, he had one breakout year. Now he does well.
He was consistent. But I think, and this is like a hot take, but I feel like the Bengals are going to win next week and then lose the next week. I feel like the Chiefs specifically, we wake up for the Chiefs. I don't know why, even though we're not solid yet, but something about Bengals and the Chiefs, something about it makes us freaking, I don't know. I'm just saying. I feel like there's going to be an upset and it's going to catch everyone off guard and the entire narrative is going to flip.
Everyone's busy talking about everyone else and the Bengals are winning it all.
Exactly. We're going to win it all.
Get distracted by all the tiny people.
Let's see if there's any more here. This guy just asked like a bunch of political questions. Would you rather fight Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali in their prime? Muhammad Ali. I
don't even know, man.
Muhammad Ali.
I wouldn't want to fight any of them.
Neither, obviously.
Because I think Mike Tyson's a little,
he was an animal, bro. No, he was scary. You ever saw his interviews? He would cry before going into the boxing ring because he would literally like shift personalities, and he knew that soft Mike Tyson was like going away, and it's about to get like replaced by a monster, which sounds cliche, but he was actually like messed in the head. He's still messed in the head, and it was I'm not. You ever watched his footage? You ever heard the sounds of the gloves hitting the other dude's face? It was lethal weapons. And I guess this last one. Oh, would you rather get tackled by Aaron Donald or Lawrence Taylor, both in their prime?
I don't know who Lawrence Taylor. Who's Lawrence Taylor?
Wow, it's Lawrence Taylor. Same position. I'm pretty sure he was on the Giants.
I'm
pretty sure.
Years like back in the
80s.
There's two things I have to say. I don't know if back in the 80s, I feel like a lot of athletes were like on stuff. So if they were like hard,
exactly.
Like I don't know if Lawrence Taylor was. I have no idea. I'm not. Whatever.
No, he was an animal too. But like, he's like one of the goats.
Aaron Donald, I feel like is really compact, so it would like hurt like hell. Like just like boom, like because now the players are so like primed position to hit so specifically. I feel like in a way it hurts harder.
I'd rather get hit by Aaron Donald because he'll just throw me on the ground. He won't use like his full weight. Like he'll just like, you ever seen him sack? He's so quick with it. He'll just he'll just chuck him. Like literally like chuck you. Lawrence Taylor will freaking, hug you and grab you and maul you to the ground. So yeah. And then last one, do you guys like Mexican food?
I don't think
do we have is there like a wide variety of kosher Mexican food where we're not going to say tacos? That doesn't count.
I don't even know what that means. I haven't been to a Mexican restaurant with Mexican food. I don't think they have kosher ones.
Yeah, they don't.
If they do, they're not. I don't even think they have, honestly.
Yeah,
so
but that's all the questions for today. Make sure to join the Discord if you haven't already. And appreciate you all for watching. Make sure to watch all the other episodes, download on Spotify, and follow the RaBBois Twitter. We're gonna get so many followers.
I got 4, baby.
You got 4. Okay. I didn't even think people would actually follow it. All right.
It actually gets some all my dumb. I've only posted like very few because I don't have so many people. But the dumb ones I posted the randomly the last few days, they get like 25 views.
Okay, Mr. Motion.
I know it's not like none. It's not like
none. Correct. But smash like, subscribe. Literally, goodbye.